I'm going to present 5 leadership insights that I've used in the past, and what prompted it is a few people have come up to me over the past month and talked about some of the quotes that resonated with them. So here we go. Number 1, the notion of executing plans, executing strategies. And I love this quote. I don't know who to attribute it to, but it said, at the end of the day, you bet on people, not strategies. At the end of the day, you bet on people, not strategies. I remember Jack Welch once said around strategy execution, he said, strategy isn't that complicated. It's pretty straightforward. You pick a general direction and you implement like crazy, although he didn't use the word crazy. But again, it's you're focusing on people, not strategies. I remember another famous CEO once said, as CEO, I have 2 jobs. One is to grow the business, and number 2 is to identify the people who will help me achieve objective number 1. Number 2, this one always resonated with me as well. Whether you're a department manager, an organizational manager, division manager, sector manager, whatever you are, vice president, that running a business, running an organization is 95% people, 5% economics. From my experience, all the different organizations I've been exposed to, so much of what we do is not rocket science. We just get good at it. It's not rocket science, although I give great respect to the highly technical people, because that's far from my league. Why is it that the number 1 reason why people leave their jobs is because of their manager, not because of the job itself? Sort of related to that is number 3, this whole notion of, I have an open door policy. When I hear managers say that, I'm like, come on. Who do you think you are? Are you that important? You shouldn't even have to say that. That should be an absolute given. And an open door policy to me is not necessarily keeping your door open, although that's a good thing. I was an executive at one company years ago, and I used to keep my door open, and I was amazed at the unexpected yet significant conversations that would end up happening, because people would walk by, my door would be open, they'd come in. But really, open door policy in a very day-to-day practical sense, it's about a manager or a manager's manager returning a phone call, returning an email, returning a WhatsApp message or SMS message. I've been amazed at how many managers don't put much significance on returning calls to people 2 or 3 levels below them. But they will return that call if it comes from the CEO. That to me is not nice, not a nice thing to do. It doesn't demonstrate character to me. Open door, return those emails, return those WhatsApp messages. Come on. And also MBWA, practice MBWA, managing by walking around. If you're a vice president and you're concerned about the scores of your organization being low, you know something? You don't need committees. All you need to do is take 10 minutes a week, walk around to some of the people in the levels 2, 3, 4 levels below you, and acknowledge them, pat them on the shoulder and tell them, I heard you're working on this particular project and I heard it's going well. Good contribution. Thank you. You will make their day, their week, their month. That's all you need to do. Number 4, we always hear that a good leader is a visionary, or they're innovative, or they're transformative. Now, here's a controversial thing. I think those things, they're very important, but they're overrated on a day-to-day basis. I never spent my time focusing on vision. I always referred back to the vision. So when I say a good leader is a visionary, they're innovative, they're transformative, that's not how we spend our day. We spend our day, each day, moving forward, achieving results. I remember Lou Gerstner, the former chairman and CEO of IBM years ago, when he was first appointed chairman and CEO of IBM. He had a big news conference, and the reporters were asking him about the vision. Does he have a vision? And he said it shocked everybody, even business schools. He said, the last thing our company needs right now is a vision. People were shocked. He said, we need to go back to basics and focus on the customer and focus on execution, getting things done. Finally, number 5, how many times over the years when people were trying to describe what is a good leader, the word charisma comes up. A leader is charismatic. That never sat well with me, because it conjures up someone who's extroverted, sociable. Some of the most charismatic leaders I've seen are the quiet, introverted, that are very impressive in their own way, very genuine and authentic in their own way, and they get things done. To me, leadership starts with demonstrating integrity, humility, and treating people with dignity. And there's a book called The Greatest Leader He Ever Saw that's all about demonstrating integrity, humility, and treating people with dignity. And to me, it's the foundation of character-based leadership. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening.